Hello, all you crazy cats and kittens out there in pod person land. Welcome back to another episode of For the Love of Movies. I'm your host, Sean Fa, and today we're going to be, I don't know, today's not a normal day. I failed you. I walked out of a movie for the first time in a long time, and I'm very perturbed about it. So I figured I'd come on here and rant at the peoples. I went to see Sparks, the documentary, and I was really excited about it.
Please welcome Sparks.
Frequently asked questions about Sparks. How many albums are there?
25 albums.
Are you brothers?
We are brothers.
How did you first meet?
We are brothers.
And I get there, and the sound is horrible, and it's only coming out of the front speaker. You can barely hear the music. It's a fucking Edgar Wright documentary about one of the greatest bands in the world, and you can barely hear the music. Like, if this is your first time ever hearing about Sparks or ever being exposed to them, you would have no reason to even understand why people would continue to listen to them. Like, the representation of the music was god awful, and I bared with it for a little bit, and I went and complained about 10 minutes in, and someone poked their head in and they could hear dialogue and nothing happened. So another 10, 15 minutes, I wait and finally go ahead and complain again. And then, a few more people come in and poke their head in, and then they leave and nothing happens. So I sit there for a few more minutes, or probably way longer than I should. And I finally I couldn't take it anymore. It was just god awful. This is, I don't even know, how to even begin. Like I said, this is fucking Edgar Wright making a movie, a documentary about music, and you can't hear the fucking music.
Each time you'd go to the rehearsal, there'd be something new there. Like, that's good.
It wasn't like anything else.
All pop music is rearranged Sparks. That's the truth.
I fail to think that this is the filmmakers. I'm going to give it another shot, but I just wanted to vent my frustration to the local AMC theater. Like, I realized it was a smaller theater that I was in. I wasn't in the Dolby or the IMAX or anything like that, so I didn't expect magical sound. But I've seen the previews for this thing, and this sounded nothing like the previews. Like, you could hear the people. I mean, the dialogue was okay. It was a little muddled and kind of underwater sounding, but that's totally forgivable most of the time because, Edgar Wright's not exactly known for his sound quality. But one thing he's definitely not unknown for is having really loud music, and there was none of that. Like I said, it was all in the previews, and it was nothing like the previews at all. So I complained a couple of times, but they just fucking brushed me off. I think the people in the audience were more pissed off that I kept getting up to go and complain than they were about the horrible sound quality, which makes me even more angry. Like, I don't know if I'm just fucking taking crazy pills or what, but that thing sounded like absolute trash. And I would expect, we're at a point where we need people to want to go to the theater, and it was awkward sitting in that theater hearing people breathe while there's a live band performance on stage. Like, it should be enveloping the room, but it sounded worse than a tiny TV sitting on another shitty TV, if you remember growing up in the 80s. But it was so infuriating that it just wasn't anywhere near what it should be. And then there's no recognition that's the case, I should say. I'm a fucking shareholder. I've been a shareholder since before the goddamn pandemic. This is not that I expect special treatment for that. This is not financial advice. But this is coming from a place of frustration from a user and someone that wants to see this company succeed. The ape army really is holding you guys up right now. But if you don't do your fucking fucking duty, like there's no reason people are going to go back to the goddamn theaters. And if people don't go to the theaters, like, you know, people aren't paying for renting shit on you know, VOD. They're not going to give you the extra $30 to see something when they're already paying for Disney Plus. So like, we know that's already where we are. So, you know, let's concentrate on trying to make the theater experience a little bit better, or at least as better than your fucking shitty TV. Like, this is goddamn ridiculous. You know, while I'm ranting, let me rant about the fucking Coca-Cola as well. Get better Coke machines or clean them or something. Your Coca-Cola tastes like shit. Use, you know, McDonald's as the gold standard. You know, I don't mind throwing you guys an extra, what, $8 for a fucking Coke, but it should at least not taste like crap. But that's beside the point. The point here is that the Sparks documentary, I'm gonna give it another shot. I definitely want to review it for the folks out there, but like, fuck, man, you guys are making this shit hard, way harder than it needs to be. The theater was fucking like as full as it could be in our conditions, as full as I've seen a theater like since the pandemic, and like I don't understand what you're doing to these people. Like, it was gross to sit in that theater and like hear that underwater muddled sound, and like the people trying to laugh at the funny moments, but like you just can't even get into it at all. I don't know. Do better, people. Like, you know, if we're gonna save movies, we gotta fucking try, right? Fuck, man. Fuck. Oh yeah, like and comment and subscribe and do all that shit. I got a bunch of other videos about, like, you know, actual reviews of actual movies, and I do plan on reviewing this movie as well. So I'm gonna try and see it at another theater and see if it's, you know, I assume it's not the movie. There's no way Edgar Wright fucking is that bad at sound design. I mean, he's not known for it, but Jesus, fuck.